All right, scene 1, take 3. I have tried to make this video 3 times now, and it will not, well, this is the 3rd time, and it will not upload. So I am trying it now via YouTube. The question that I am wanting to answer on video, because I'm extremely visual, is how do you know if your lithop is dying or shriveling because it's making new babies? And since I have a bunch here, I can show you the difference, which is something that doesn't happen super often because I actually have a couple that are dead. And so that's great. I mean, it's not great, obviously, but I can show you. Okay. Here's one. This little guy, see how shriveled he is? And at the top here, these edges, see that soft right here? The key is, it is not mushy. This is very rubbery, and it is only around the edges. The center is very firm. This little guy is just fine. He is making a baby. You can see the little circle kind of inside of the circle right here, and that's how big the baby is. This is one of the bigger ones that had a hard time, and its set of leaves that it's producing now is a lot smaller than its original set because it didn't have the energy to do it. Whereas, sorry, I can't really tell if this is focusing. I hope it is. This is a more healthy life cycle right here. They should split like this and the new leaves come out because they're big. They're about the same size or even a little bit bigger than the old set. So the old set kind of has to split, and it shrivels up on the side the same way, which this one isn't quite as shriveled yet, and just sloughs off as it gives its moisture to feed the baby here. Some of them don't have much of a split at all. Some of them have more of a split. You can see how shriveled this one is. This is one, if they've been abused, if they've been overwatered at a big box store or something, when they go to make their second set of leaves, a lot of times they are significantly smaller. And I'm trying to shut up because it's going to end up making this video way too long. But when the new set of leaves is a lot smaller, a lot of times the split doesn't occur because it's so small that the whole leaf just shrivels around it. It doesn't need to. But the key is, if this outside is mushy, especially down at the base, you are really, really in a bad way. But the base should be firm where the root attaches, and it should feel like a little hard knob inside of here, which is the new little set of leaves, if it's squishy. Now, if it is dead, this guy here came to me in a very bad way, and I have had him in a dry pot for about probably 6 months. And because I made this video 3 times, this part is looking really sad. It was a lot plumper earlier because when I demonstrate the fact that it is all squishy and mushy, it kind of squishes and ruins it, and I've done this several times, so it doesn't look plump. But originally, it looked very similar. Hang on. To this one, other than not having the little opening here. It was kind of, it was about this plump, but I've mushed it that much. But it's very easy to mush, and where the root attaches, there is absolutely no hardness inside. It is all squishy and spongy. If, again, this is rubbery, but what that means is that this original plant here, it did not have enough energy to make a baby. It did not have enough energy, well, it's not actually a baby, it did not have enough energy to make a new set of leaves. And so you can put it in a pot and it'll survive for a while off of its own moisture before it shrivels up, because they do that. That's what they're designed to do. But it will never recover because there is no new set of leaves in there, so there is no reason to keep this at all. Here's another one, which this one is more dried out and hard, but it was, well, it's soft, but it's drying out. I had another one. This one came to me really, really well, dead, rotten. But I have had it in a dry pot trying to save it. And there was another one that was almost this bad, but it had a tiny little hard right at the base of the root. You could feel this little hard, very little hard little glob, and it ended up being a little baby. This one I can't pull out. This was my little hospital for some sick lithops, and it didn't matter because I wasn't watering them, so it didn't matter that there wasn't drainage. This guy was horribly sunburned and really, really unhappy. Let's see if I can do this, when I got him. And big. He was about this big. You can see how much smaller he is. And I really didn't think he would survive because he was all scarred up and really sad, but he is doing absolutely great. And then this little guy was another huge lithop, and again, you would think they were dying because the whole thing just starts slowly shriveling in on itself. And if you don't feel that there is the little hard baby, it's really easy to give up on them. So I'm pulling over here. This is a pot of healthy lithops, but just for a size reference, this guy was about this size, and this is the new set of leaves that came out of him. That's how stressed and tired he was from the environment that he was in before I got him. So that is the only way I really know to tell if one is for sure dying, and the only time I feel 100% comfortable throwing them away is if there is no, it is all feeling soft. Now, it doesn't have to be this mushy, but if you do not feel a little hard, you know, feel a healthy lithop and feel how firm they are, and if you don't feel that inside of any outward shriveling, if you don't feel after pressing, oh, there you go, that's hard, then it's probably a goner and you should toss it. But as long as there is a firm spot and it is firm where it joins the root, you know, poke it in some dry mix and wait, because it is probably cooking a very, very tiny set of leaves. All right, this video has been way too long to explain that. I love you guys. I hope that helps. Bye.